Hayley and I are back from a really cool couple of days at Indian Wells, seeing how the other half live, those tennis players, and it turns out they live pretty well. As you can see, the coat's on, so I'm not there anymore, back in New York, but how's about this? Almost as good as the weather we had in Indian Wells. It was perfect. Nice and toasty. Hayley even bought me a silly hat to keep me safe. Indian Wells is known as tennis paradise, and it is easy to see why. Look at those palm trees. Straight to the courts. I heard there was a Brit in action, Cam Norrie. I found him in an absolute battle in round 2, which with a little help, I like to think, from my vocal support, he managed to come out the right side. Lovely jubbly. All that tennis is pretty hot work though, and you need to make sure you cool down somehow. Onto one of the stadium courts. This is Stadium 2. Quite cool to see how much Hayley loves her tennis. She'll support a silly hat for herself. All that sun is pretty dehydrating. Warning for the younger viewers, this may cause distress. Not sure what to make of this, but it became clear this was all for a certain Italian tennis player, Mr. Berrettini. Now, we came to the event with 2 of our closest friends, Grace and Chris, and both Hayley and Grace had a bit of a fondness for the Italian. And I cannot see why. The ladies let themselves down a little bit, though, trying to catch a little glimpse of him training with his shirt off. Now, it's pretty relaxed at Indian Wells, and I thought this was a good way to show that. This is a sniffer dog just playing with a kid. Imagine doing that at an airport. Here's Hayley also showing how relaxed the general vibe is. Now, the event publish all of the practice courts that players are using, so it's a cool chance to watch them train. And of course, I made sure I saw Novak getting a bit of coaching from Murray. Time for the evening session, and this man called Ben Shelton hitting a 150-mile-an-hour serve. Ridiculous. The best tennis we saw was without doubt on court 1 between Monfils and Korda. This man thought it was so good he'd break into dance. Think he's copying some of my dance moves there. Fascinating few days there. It was really interesting to see how the players train. One of the things that stood out to me was the intensity that they practice at, prepare. And on a personal note, it was cool to do an adventure with Hayley since she's retired from pro squash. Obviously travel on my own now, so it was nice to get another adventure in the books and spend some time together.